Today I am tired. I'm sure I look tired. I feel very tired. I got home from a trip this morning. I was supposed to get home last night. Late, but still last night. And what happened was there was weather at the destination. I had 2 flights from the first place to the, I was leaving, then I was going to be flying to the first place, then from there flying home. Well, the first destination had wind, terrible wind. They weren't letting any planes fly in and land. So there were 2 flights at the airport I was at that were going to this destination, and neither one, so they canceled both of those. So there were, a couple hundred people sitting around being frustrated at this news, and it was late at night. My flight was supposed to leave at 8:35 p.m. There were no flights after that, and I even tried to get on a flight to a different city to get to my, I would still have to take 2 flights, but it didn't work out. No. So I spent the night at an airport, and I had ample opportunity to lay down. There were these banquettes, scattered all over, and the airport was, there were at least 200 of us probably, or maybe a few people just went home or got a hotel, I don't know. But there were a bunch of us, but it was spread out, and I kept seeing, some of the same people. They had cleaning crews going around making noise, which, that's their job. It's okay. But it made it really hard to just relax. For me, I don't sleep well in my bed half the time. So I didn't sleep well at the airport. Surprise, surprise. But I just wanted to talk about one way I have changed from being super thrifty to splurging a little for travel. I bought a travel insurance policy. It's an annual policy with Allianz, and I hadn't had to use it yet at all, but I thought, well, maybe this will be covered, maybe something. But of course, the airline rebooked me for a flight early this morning. So my flight was supposed to leave at 8:30 last night. It left a different destination, but it still got me home eventually. It left at 6:05 a.m. So it was like 10 hours difference, thereabouts. And I looked up the claims at the airport for this Allianz travel insurance that I have, and I couldn't quite figure it out. I was really sleep deprived, for one thing, and I like to just talk to a person, but I kept trying to call the number, and I think because it was, late at night, they had Derek or somebody, an AI chatbot, trying to help me. Well, I don't like those, especially when I'm tired and cranky. So I called today after I got home, and she sent me a link to, it was a real person, sent me a link to fill out a claim. And she said I could claim it as a travel delay because it was more than 6 hours. But I didn't have to pay for a new airfare or anything. The airline just booked me on 2 new flights. And if I'd been able to sleep, it really wouldn't have been a big deal. But I can't. I mean, I dozed off a little bit here and there. I might have slept a whole hour. I doubt it. I don't think so. But getting back to the travel insurance. So I went online to fill out the claim form to file a claim, and it really wasn't that bad. And I think I did it right. I had to take pictures of some receipts. I bought some food at the airport. The airline did not give us vouchers or anything because it was weather related. It wasn't anything the airline could control. So it wasn't their fault, basically. So, I thought if I don't eat and I don't sleep, I'm going to be a real grouch. So I went ahead and bought some food last night and again this morning, some coffee this morning and a muffin. And so I took pictures of those receipts and uploaded them, you know, while I was filling out the claim form. And I had to pay an extra day of parking because of this, but I didn't get a receipt for that, and it would have just been a lump sum anyway for the total amount of days I was gone. So I put in the dollar amount, but I didn't have a receipt, so I don't know if I'll be paid for that. I don't know if I'll be paid for any of it, but I figured it makes me feel better not to file claims on insurance, but to get something out of the insurance, because I've had an annual policy. This is my second year, and I never used it the first time, which is good. You know, you want your trip to be fun and uneventful as far as, you know, bad things happening. So I don't know if I'll be paid. It's around $50 because airline, you know, airport food, it's crazy what they charge. But I kind of figured maybe they'll pay for this, so I went ahead and got what I wanted. And I never buy airplane or airport food, but I did. And so anyway, I have filed the claim. They sent me a confirmation, a claim number, you know, for my claim that I filled out. And they are reviewing it. So hopefully I will be paid for it. But I was just curious, do any of you have travel insurance? Do you buy it for an individual trip, or do you get it for the whole year? I've been traveling more, and so I decided it's cheaper to buy it for the whole year rather than for each trip. And you never know what's going to happen, so I figured just buy it. And I did, and I don't know if I'll get a little of that money back here, you know, from filling out this claim. I don't know. But hopefully I will. And I wish it hadn't happened. I would have still gotten home after midnight last night. But as it was, I got home about noon. So I got home 12 hours later. And I was tired because I did a lot of walking yesterday. It was my last day. I was in San Francisco. And there's just so much to see and do there. And I had walked over 4 miles, which is a lot for me. I know it's not a ton for some people, but it is for me. So by the time I wandered around the airport, because I can't just sit still, and I had a book to read, but I didn't want to, you know, read it too soon because it was really good and I was looking forward to it. So I wanted to wait until I had kind of explored a little bit, and there were plenty of empty gates, and it was a very nice airport where I could just, you know, wander around, and there were quiet areas, but the lights were on. And that's another thing. I couldn't sleep with all the overhead lights and everything, and I kept pulling my coat up over my eyes. And like I said, I dozed a little bit. But anyway, let me know if you've ever used travel insurance, if you found it helpful, or did you have trouble if you needed to file a claim? I'm curious because I hope this goes through and that I get my money back that I spent. I think I will, but I don't know. So thanks for watching, and I apologize for my raspy, scratchy throat here, my voice. When I don't sleep, it sounds like I haven't slept. So there you go. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I will be better rested and, you know, not so scratchy and cranky and stuff. Bye.